I'm Cheryl Wills. Thanks for watching. A showdown on Capitol Hill tonight. We're just under 2 hours from a government shutdown at midnight. The House urging the Senate to take immediate action. Samantha-Jo joins us from our Washington, D.C. bureau. She's been working this all day and well into the night. She brings us the latest on a developing situation. Samantha-Jo.
Well, hey, Cheryl, this could be a historic moment. If the Senate fails to approve this proposal, it could be nearly the first time in 40 years that Washington fails to fund the government with one party in control of both the White House and Congress. As of right now, members of Congress do not have the votes that they need to get this over the finish line. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer made his way to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to meet with President Trump, but that failed to produce a deal. Lawmakers have been huddling in meetings Friday, but we're not any closer to an agreement. Some say the White House officials were saying that they could expect an agreement could be reached in the next 24 hours. This would be another short-term bill, so the government could shut down at midnight, but maybe reopen again at some point over the weekend. But those details are up in the air. At the center of this for Democrats is protecting young undocumented immigrants that were brought to this country as children. They want to protect them, but the program doesn't expire until March. And Republicans argue that they want to focus on the budget first and then zero in on DACA in the coming weeks before that March 5th deadline. So why is this measure headed to the floor even when leaders know that it doesn't have the votes to pass? It's a purely political move that will force Democrats facing re-election to be on the record voting no. The shutdown would begin on the first anniversary of President Trump's inauguration as president. Leaders of both parties tried to blame each other.
Democratic senators' fixation on illegal immigration has already blocked us from making progress on long-term spending talks. That same fixation has them threatening to filibuster funding for the whole government.
It always happens to be the top. I mean, the problem starts from the top and have to get solved from the top. The president is the leader, and he's got to get everybody in a room, and he's got to lead. The president of the United States saying that about other presidents and now failing to lead.
Well, the House resets today for a week-long break, but we're warned that they could be called back for votes. And in preparation for all of this coming down on Capitol Hill, congressional staffers this morning were given notice that they could be furloughed at midnight. Cheryl.
Hey, Samantha-Jo, does either party think this works in their favor?
Well, Cheryl, that's a great question. You know, for Republicans, a lot of them don't feel that the deadline for DACA is a good reason to shut down the government. They are sticking to their guns. They're saying, hey, we have to fund the military. We have to fund all of these essential things. Then we can come back to the bargaining table and negotiate DACA. While Democrats, on the other hand, say that the March deadline is rapidly approaching and they need to get it on the table now. You know, a lot of times we've seen over the last few months where government funding has been up in the air and a lot of Democrats have caved. And I think that they, really were hoping to get something accomplished this time, Cheryl.
All right, Samantha-Jo, thank you for that. The last time